at 12 Eastern. Catch it all right here Monday through Friday on FS1.
Tom Brady has been restructuring his contract pre-Giselle and post-Giselle. Because Tom Brady is all about winning. Kirk Cousins isn't. Kirk Cousins is about getting his money. Kirk Cousins isn't dumb. Kirk Cousins knows that the more a quarterback makes, the less you can afford on your offensive line or in your running game. Both liabilities last year for the Vikings. Players make decisions all the time. NBA stars make a boatload of money with apparel and shoes. Therefore, guys like Kevin Durant best served taking a little less to win more and shaping his legacy. Dak Prescott has all the data in the world now. He is saying he will not take a pay cut. He has all the data in the world. It is clear that in a salary cap league, the top 6 paid quarterbacks, none of them made the playoffs last year. Does Dak Prescott really believe that those 2 major endorsement deals, he's got one with yogurt and one with Campbell's soup, that he would have those if not for the Dallas Cowboys? Really? Does Dak Prescott believe that Zeke makes him better? That front 7 defensively puts him in better field position? And that Tyron Smith at left tackle has elevated his protection? Once data is provided to any American, then the choices are yours. Dak Prescott. Brady's not about his wife. It's not anything about that. Tom made a career decision pre-Giselle. I want to constantly restructure my deal because I want to win games. The question now, Dak, do you? Cold flu season, try Vicks Sinex nasal spray. Clears your nose. Vicks Sinex nasal spray works up to 12 hours. So I had to bat a few people around on Twitter yesterday. I was bored for like an hour. And it's amazing to me when people fall for the same thing over and over and over and over. NFL, by and large, you got to play hard every game. The regular season matters for your seeding. It's just one of the reasons the Patriots have a dynasty is they play a lot of home games in December and January in Foxborough. They're not nearly as good on the road. They won this year in Kansas City, but generally that's a big part of their success. By the way, Alabama doesn't play any big road games anymore. You notice that out of conference in football. But in basketball, there's the regular season and there's the playoffs. And especially for the good teams and the star players, you're just trying to get through the regular season, stay in shape, stay healthy, get the chemistry good. But it just doesn't matter. To the teams like Boston, who have been getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, have a rich history. It doesn't matter to LeBron, Golden State. I even think Houston this year, now they have Kenneth Faried. They kind of know they're good. They sense they're going to be okay. Let me ask you, you really think now, I hear all these criticisms about Boston. They're just going to flop around like a dead fish in the playoffs. No, they're not. They're going to win the East. At minimum, they're going to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, but put it down. 3 best teams in the league are Golden State 1, Houston 2, Boston 3rd. You're falling forward again. Ooh, Denver. Ooh, Toronto. Ooh, Milwaukee. Kyrie Irving came out yesterday and said, you're not beating us 4 times. We're all good. But, Colin, what about the chemistry issues? Folks, the chemistry issues sort of disappear in the playoffs because everybody knows, okay, let's get over our little tiffs, urgency here. By the way, Cleveland last year, nothing but chemistry issues. Playoffs start, sweep, 7 games, get to finals. They did lose to Golden State because, I don't know, they don't have nearly as good of players. But do you really buy into Milwaukee where they have one star player, Giannis, who's never won a first-round playoff series? But Milwaukee could not win a road playoff game last year. That's your team? I mean, you think – I watched those games against Boston. They can't win road playoff games. You're going to go from that to what? NBA champs? Toronto. Got one-star player, Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, it should be noted. To get Kawhi Leonard, Toronto traded away their bench. They don't have the bench they had last year. And I'm not saying the bench is everything, but it's something if you play the Celtics. So I don't buy in Toronto. What about Denver? Denver's got one player who leads them in points, rebounds, steals, and assists. By the way, I like Milwaukee. There's a lot to like about Milwaukee. They'll win a playoff series. But is Milwaukee ever proven, is Giannis ever proven they can go on the road and win a couple of games in the playoffs? And the East is better this year than last year. Boston's got 7 guys that can play at a B or an A level. They're great at home. They've proven to me they can win on the road. They have a great coach. They're good situationally. What about their chemistry? What about it? Golden State has chemistry issues last 2 years with Kevin Durant and Draymond. Disappears in the playoffs. Disappears in the playoffs. LeBron last year, major difficulty, all sorts of chemistry issue. Disappears into the ether in the playoffs. Yes, I know the Bucks, Raptors, Pacers, all that. Boston's going to end up in the Eastern Conference Finals, and Boston, mark it down, and they may play Milwaukee because I think Milwaukee's got a good coach, and Giannis, Chris Middleton, they got a couple of dudes. Milwaukee's a real team. I don't buy Toronto at all. I don't buy Indiana at all. I don't buy the Nets at all. I don't buy the Pistons at all. I don't buy Philadelphia. I haven't played together very long. Stop falling. Here's the way it works. If a team, this is like Derrick Rose's Bulls or last year's Raptors. If you've never quite had playoff success, you want to show us how good you are in the regular season. This is not the NFL. You don't get equal effort. This is not college basketball where you can have a good half and knock off Duke, knock off Kansas, knock off Kentucky. You got to beat Brad Stevens 4 times. The Celtics don't lose playoff games very often at home unless they play a guy named LeBron. They've also proven, unlike Milwaukee, they can go on the road and sometimes be better than they are at home. They've got a star in Kyrie Irving. Jason Tatum at times looks like a star. They've got Gordon Hayward, Al Horford. These guys, Jaylen Brown, can play at B-plus levels. I've watched it. You've seen it in the playoffs. But people are always buying into the same thing. This is not football. It's not even hockey, where if you don't go out and give it everything on every line, head on a swivel, you'll get your you-know-what kicked. Stars, take a deep breath. I just read a story this morning on Golden State. They're just trying to find something to interest them for the next 45 days until they get to April. But Toronto, come on. Denver, give me a break. Milwaukee, good. I'll give you that. Good. And may end up in the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't think they're beating Boston 4 times in 2 weeks. They're not beating Brad Stevens 4 times in 2 weeks. Giannis hasn't proven to me he can go on the road in the Eastern Conference playoffs and outperform people. Basketball is about discomfort. Milwaukee right now is comfortable. Go to Boston on the road. Chris Middleton's hurt. What? All the guys won't be healthy? Yeah, Chris Middleton's hurt. Chris Middleton, by the way, goes 1 for 11. How you doing now? Yeah. Power rankings once again. Golden State 1, Houston 2, Boston 3. John, you archive that? Can we put that on tape? Are we recording that segment?
We're also live.
We are?
Yeah.
Okay. Joy with the news.
No.